Welcome back to theCUBE coverage here on the ground in Las Vegas. We are at Dell Technologies World 2026 and we are bringing all of the action from industry leaders, front face to customers, hearing about what sorts of conversations are happening on the ground. Joining me now is a key partner to the Dell ecosystem, Marianne Anderson, Global Marketing Leader and Head of the Dell Partnership at Microsoft. Welcome, Marianne.
Hi, thank you so much. So excited to be here.
So Microsoft and Dell, I mean, that history goes a long way back, but this is your first Dell Technologies World. You were relatively new to this role, so how are you feeling? How has the week been for you?
It's been amazing. I've been at Microsoft for 25 years. This is my first Dell Tech World, and it's really been wonderful being able to engage with the Dell team, with their partners, with their customers, and really tell that joint story. It's been amazing.
And that story is evolving, right? It's kind of hard, really, I think, as an ex-Microsoft person myself, to imagine Dell without Microsoft. These two companies have been so connected for so long, but we are certainly at an interesting time in that story. A lot is changing very fast. Talk to us about what's happening in this partnership, how you guys are compounding, what are the key priorities are for you as you think about the year ahead?
Definitely. I mean, the partnership cannot be stronger. I would say that really with the emergence of AI, with the agentic era, Windows is now front and center, and that partnership with Dell and Copilot PCs that are built by Dell is really important to the future, especially for our commercial customers, and then for consumers in general. There's so much going on, and it's really important to help customers understand how Microsoft and Dell can help them on that journey, because the time to start is now. If you haven't started, you're going to feel behind, and Microsoft and Dell and that partnership can really accelerate where your business is going.
And I think that whole process of getting started, knowing where to begin, how to begin, I mean, for some folks with huge enterprise budgets, that's relatively straightforward, right? There's a whole middle market segment there, though, that maybe is still trying to figure things out. What are you guys hearing and seeing from customers, and what advice are you giving to folks who are at that early innings?
Yeah, what we're seeing is that it's really more than technology. It's a culture change, and it's something that companies are embracing at different rates, but making sure that it's integral and part of that culture. AI, getting your employees to experiment and do that in a way that is secure, where you have the tools, and the tools from Microsoft and Dell provide that, and that you can govern it so you know what's going on. And then moving from that experimentation to truly looking at, hey, how can we optimize the workflow? How can we build this into our business? And whether you're small or big, there are ways to do that, and really to advance yourself into the future.
We heard a lot this week about different conversations that are happening right now across the ecosystem. We heard about tokenomics, total cost of ownership, realized value, but I think it really comes down to a couple of key takeaways for us at theCUBE, and one is that this is a race. There is definitely a speed element to this, but also an important governance element to this. Microsoft is a product and a company that has always been very, very heavy and very popular for those reasons. How is that message evolving in the field, do you think?
So I would say that customers really understand tokenomics, and the cost associated with AI is something that will help them in the future, but then making sure that they're doing that in a secure way. And so the tools we have with Microsoft and Dell will help them get there. But at the core, Microsoft in particular is very committed to security. And I think that's a barrier for a lot of companies, because they see AI as something that could infiltrate their data and their systems. And if you're not doing it in a secure way that's governed, then that can be scary. And making sure that they're working with strong partners, Dell and Microsoft, will help them break through that, then to get to that other side, to really have their employees taking advantage of all the benefits we all keep hearing about with AI. But you have to do it in a very thoughtful way. And like I said about the culture, it's moving that forward so that you really see the benefits.
So Marianne, you're halfway through the year in this role. Lots of excitement ahead, lots of new developments this week as well from Dell that I'm sure will impact the partnership in the field. What are the priorities for you and this new gig you have with this Dell team as you think ahead to 2027?
I would say our biggest priority is really telling that joint story together to customers. The story has evolved and we need to make sure that our customers are tracking. So there is so much of opportunity around the processing power on devices now. And you mentioned the tokenomics. Well, a lot of ways to save there is processing AI on your device, on your Copilot Plus PC, and making sure that in partnership with Dell that we are helping customers understand how to do that. And then when they start to think about like what are they developing within their organization to take advantage of that processing power, how to do that, and making sure that they can be successful in the future.
Well, I think the reimagination of what a PC can and will do for any enterprise or knowledge worker is certainly evolving fast. We see that it's now the endpoint. So Marianne, great conversation and look forward to staying apprised of this relationship between Dell and Microsoft.
Yeah, and we look forward to even more announcements. Microsoft Build is coming up in a couple weeks, June 2nd, so make sure to tune in. You'll hear more from Microsoft for sure, and then that partnership we have with Dell.
We certainly will. Marianne, thank you so much for joining us on theCUBE.
Thank you.
I'm Gemma Allen. We are here live on the ground at Dell Technologies World 2026 in Las Vegas, bringing you all the action, all the conversations happening right here on theCUBE. Stay tuned.